What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. I hope you're all having a very good day today. And, today I want to talk a little bit about HYDRA Cap. There's news reports and everything coming out. The HYDRA Cap is coming back. That's right, Chris Evans is looking to sign some contracts and stuff, right? Oh, yeah, he's going to come back. Possibly paying HYDRA Cap. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. I'll be honest with you. Yesterday, this is something I've kind of seen for a while. More and more talks have been around lately that Chris Evans is going to be, looking at contract negotiations to come back and play Captain America in the MCU. And, I kind of figured that was going to happen in the first place. Remember when everybody thought Endgame was it? He's going to be done. I always kind of thought like, yeah, really? Like, yeah, if you say so. I hate to burst your bubble, but I don't think so. I don't think so. He'll be back. For one, he has aspirations of becoming a director, which is all good. He did one film a while back, and hey, that's all good. But you know what? To do films like this, sure, you get investors and things like that, but one of the things you kind of will need to do regularly is work. And when you're used to making those big paychecks, you're going to want those big paychecks. You're going to need that kind of money. And, you might not get that kind of money directing at first, unless you come out and you're doing blockbusters right off the bat. But, yeah, hey, his first movie was not a blockbuster. But I will say that he has some of that experience. But, doing all of that stuff, it takes money. You got to pay the bills. Still got to pay the bills. And, the lure of that Marvel money is a lot, and it's a lot of money. And plus, right now, if you look at the industry, who's making movies? Oh, yeah, right. Chris Evans is gonna go direct movies nowhere. He's gonna, maybe he's gonna go to Warner Brothers, right? Maybe he's gonna go join the DCEU, right? That'd be a good way to make some money. Not really sure Warner Brothers is doing much either, except for pushing their movies back too. And, maybe there's some that they're editing. But, really, I guess when it comes to making films right now in Hollywood, you've got one of two choices. Yeah, maybe three choices. The one choice is kind of the same choice. Disney Star Wars. Marvel Studios. It's kind of the same thing, right? It's kind of the same thing. And of course, naturally, the second choice is getting yelled at by Tom Cruise. So let me ask you this, Chris Evans. Do you want to go back to Papa Feige? Well, you're not able to make movies anywhere else, really. Or you want to go get yelled at by Tom Cruise? The choice is yours, my friend. The choice is yours. But let me know what you guys think about this news down in the comments below. Of course, it's just contract negotiations and stuff, all that. Will he come back? Like I just said, I think it's highly likely, but I've always thought that it was highly likely anyway. Him and Robert Downey Jr. both. And it's not like Robert Downey Jr. needs all the money in the world. It's not like Chris Evans does. They're probably doing just fine, but those lifestyles do... the lifestyles they lead and things like that, I guarantee you, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to live. It's not cheap to live, and you do need that regular money coming in. And plus, they're pretty good in these roles at this point. Can you say? And that's the bad thing, though. Is it almost like, is it really acting for them at this point? Everybody, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Chris Evans is. Now, here's the thing, though, is Chris Evans. One of the things he definitely does for all these movies is get super ripped. And I can guarantee you that probably does, well, I don't know. Chris Evans don't look like the kind of guy who just sits around and gets lazy and fat. But I also don't think that he, in his, when he's not being Captain America, which probably hasn't been often over the last decade, that he just sits there and, like I said, gets fat or anything. But he's also not sitting there hitting the weights, putting on all the muscle and all that stuff, which he's already proven to us that he can do. He can do that. You're not going to find a whole lot of guys in Hollywood who are built like Chris in that sense. And most of them will probably be coming into the MCU if they want to do this kind of films. But the thing is like here's the thing is like when it comes to like Chris Evans and that, even like with the Hugh Jackman, and the thing with like Hugh Jackman is Hugh Jackman's a pretty skinny dude anyway, and he puts on a lot of muscle for all those movies, so I get it. But even if you go back and watch Chris Evans in some of the older films that he was in before he started doing Hydra capping, or not, I'm all excited about Hydra cap, but Captain America and all the other films, he wasn't as jacked, but he wasn't just like a little skinny, scrawny guy either. He's kind of a big dude, kind of got a big frame and everything, Of course, that doesn't mean that it's easy to put on the muscle and all that stuff as well. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, something that a whole lot of people out there don't know about, to be honest with you. But like I said, his fitness is always kind of up anyway, so it just comes down to having to go and follow those diets and all that stuff. But like I said, when nobody else is making movies, what are you gonna do? Like I said, you want to get yelled at by Tom Cruise, or you want to come back to Papa Feige? Oh, I guess you're doing that Buzz Lightyear thing too, right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, point being, I always knew he was going to come back. Robert Downey Jr., he'll be back. Are they going to come back for a long time? Probably not. Few movies? Absolutely. I could see that. Part of the reason that I think that is, just there's a lot of stories to be told. And one of the things he was saying in one of the interviews, like, oh, I think even Robert Downey Jr. had mentioned something like it too. Like they've got to have new stories to tell, something to get us, to something to, how would you say, like new stories. We don't want to do the same old thing. And that's the kind of the thing that I've been talking about here for a while, is that one of the things I think they do with the MCU is they can switch it up. And in the comic books, there's this whole storyline I've been talking about for a while, that everything is it comes to a point where it's a perfect time for them to reboot characters. You can get Chris Evans out, Robert Downey Jr. out, and you can bring new people into those roles. Now, is everybody going to accept them? Absolutely not. But they can do that. Obviously, we see what they're doing with the multiverse and things like that. The thing is, you got to find the caliber of actor who can sit there and take on a mantle like that and do something like that, like a Robert Downey Jr. did. But all that being said, it just makes sense, because everything that's kind of been leading up here. And if you guys caught my video I did that I dropped, was that yesterday? Yeah. Seems like yesterday was a long day. If you go back and check that out, I put my theory out there about Pleasant Hill coming to the MCU, and I don't think it's just that. There's a lot of things that they're kind of throwing in the mix here, but the point being is that's where we're at in the MCU. Is we're kind of at that point where they need to bring all these characters, where they are bringing in all of these characters into the MCU, because they're bringing all these characters, and this is the perfect thing, is because, like I'm saying, the assault on Pleasant Hill, like I was saying in my video, that leads into, that whole storyline leads into Nick Spencer's Steve Rogers Captain America and Sam Wilson Captain America, which were both written by Nick Spencer at the time when Sam Wilson was taking up the mantle of Captain America. Now, this story is a storyline. This is like what got me back into reading comic books, was the whole HYDRA cap thing. All right. I feel like this thing is, there we go. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. This whole HYDRA cap story is like what got me back into reading comic books. I remember reading some articles about it at the time. People were all upset and everything, and I think it was probably months later, maybe about a year later, when I started reading comics again. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look into that whole HYDRA cap thing. And I just bought a Captain America book, and I read it. I was like, ooh, this is actually pretty good. So I went back to the beginning of that series, and I started reading about. I was like, well, wait a second, and I read all of that, but then I was like, I got to go back even before this. So I went back even further. I got on Marvel Unlimited and read all these books, and I ended up buying all the trade paperbacks of this stuff, everything leading up to it. And to me, everything that has happened in the comics is something that's kind of happened in the MCU, parallels where they could easily make all of this stuff happen, because Pleasant Hill leads into Civil War 2 and the Secret Empire and Civil War 2. Like, it goes it goes Pleasant Hill, then Civil War 2, then into Secret Empire. And to me, I think all of that stuff actually ends up working out perfectly, because we see what they're doing in the MCU right now. We see that they're bringing in all of these characters. They've got a perfect way. They still haven't brought us Captain Marvel 2 yet. And for a while, I've been speculating. Yeah, I kind of backed off on a little bit, but I kind of speculated that part of it was going to be the next movie was going to be Captain Marvel Civil War 2. And it just makes sense. All right, because you get these characters kind of in a in a battle of ideals once again here, and they're going back and forth, and there's a fight, and this is when a lot of stuff hit the fan, right? And all of these things happen. This is when we got HYDRA Cap in the comics as well. And if you look at what they're doing in the MCU, we're really kind of there with a lot of that stuff. Now, the one thing in Civil War 2 that they had, the storyline kind of revolved around this Inhuman named Ulysses who could predict the future. It was kind of like that movie. Ooh, crazy, isn't it? It was kind of like that movie Minority Report. And what they were doing is Captain Marvel was using Ulysses to go out there and stop these things from happening. Stop these tragic events from happening that he was predicting. And Iron Man was like, no, you can't do this. Like, us interjecting might actually make this happen. And plus, they didn't actually do anything. We might be doing something wrong here, because they're only, like, he's only showing us a future, is all that he's predicting, is a future, not the future. And that was kind of the whole argument with everything and stuff like that. So the thing is that's what that was all about. And we've already got that in the MCU. It was in Captain America Winter Soldier. It was called Zola's algorithm. It was like the same thing. It was like the same thing that they were doing there. They had all that technology, which leads to all of this other stuff in there as well. Throughout these stories. And the thing is we also know that they already announced that they're doing Secret Invasion. So all of these things really kind of add up together, and we know that this all could actually easily lead to Secret Wars as well. Which, is there anybody out there really who don't think that we're not getting a Secret Wars? You know, I don't know. If you ask me, I think everybody knows that's coming. The Secret Wars are going to be coming soon. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below what you think about this. What you think about Chris Evans coming back into the MCU. Do you think we'll actually get HYDRA Cap? Because remember, all that speculation was going on out there about John Krasinski coming in to play HYDRA Cap. Oh my God, that means you guys can get Reed Richards as John Krasinski. Or John Krasinski as Reed Richards. Isn't that what everybody wants? Nah. I'm not all about that life. I'm more about John Krasinski Doom. That's what I want, is John Krasinski Doom. Because I think that he could bring a good humanity to that role that I think is very important for Doctor Doom. I also think he could be very sinister along with that. He could be that character that you love, you hate, you love to hate. I totally see Krasinski being able to pull that off. And people like, oh, Michael Fassbender for Doom. No, you're wrong. You know what? Look, you want Michael Fassbender to come back and play Doom? You might as well. That's Magneto. It's the same damn role. You just want him to play Magneto. That's it. You just want to play. You might as well just bring him back as Magneto. I don't want that neither. Although he was damn good as Magneto. I think let's be real. That's why everybody wants him as Doom, right? That's why everybody wants him as Doom. Nah. Krasinski for Doom. If we don't get John Krasinski for Doctor Doom, Michael Fassbender can do another role somewhere. If we don't get John Krasinski for Doctor Doom, that's what we need. We need John Krasinski for Doctor Doom. If not Krasinski, Lupita Nyong'o? Why not? That comes back to a rumor thing I did a long time ago. I'm not sure. Dude, it's like a couple years old, when I was doing the Trailer Park News. It was when I was first forming the character of your boy Myrtle, and he did this news report talking about Lupita Nyong'o is coming in to play Wolverine in the MCU. And Kevin Feige even had a little quote in there. You guys should go check it out. Trailer Park News. Check it out. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Anyway, let's get into the live chats and see what everybody is saying. Let's see. We got my man, ReeferMan Reviews. Hi. What's up, man? Yeah. We got my man, LB. I am here. What is up, my brother? Supreme Comics Girl, how are you doing, Julie? Mexican Iron Man just got the notice. Say it isn't so. Yeah, man. Like, I hope it is. Like, I know, and here's the thing is, like, I know a lot of people, like with the, you know, the HYDRA Cap thing, I know a lot of people really did not like that series. Josh over at the Den of Nerds, they did a great video on it yesterday, talking about all this stuff, and it got me all jazzed up because, like, dude, I'm telling you, like, this story is I love it. It's what got me back into reading comic books. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying everybody's gonna like it, but one of the things I really do think about that series is it shows, like, no matter what, Captain America did what he does. Only he was working for HYDRA at that point, and that was all done. That all happened because of the reality warping capabilities of this little girl named Kobik. Now, Kobik was a sentient cosmic cube. She came about after S.H.I.E.L.D. was experimenting with some cosmic cube fragments, trying to using it to change the fabric of reality. Well, they used these cosmic cube fragments to create do you know where I'm going with this? Oh, I think you do. Anyway, it's good stuff. It's great stuff. But the thing is, like, I get at the time why people would like, but if you take all that story and that's the thing is when I got in and read all that story from the Assault on Pleasant Hill, from then on, I read on Marvel Unlimited. I read like every single book that tied into it. Like, it was a whole, like, I'm telling you, it was a lot. I read a lot of the damn books during like this like little 2-month run. I was sitting there like, dude, I'm reading all. It probably happened in less than a month actually, but I was like reading all these books. I'm like, dude, like this is freaking crazy, bro. Like I'm sitting there reading all this whole story, and not all of it was the best. I mean, someone was like, eh, but I read it all to take it all in and see what was going on, all these tie-ins and everything. It's good stuff. Good stuff. When you can get the whole story and read it as one, it's freaking great stuff. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Supreme Comic Girl says, you got a new camera setup. Looks amazing. Thank you. Yes. I got a capture card. Jonathan Velasquez, thank you so much for being here. Says, nope, he didn't look like me. Mexican Iron Man upgraded. Thank you so much, Mexican Iron Man. Greatly appreciate that. Whoop, whoop. Dixie, how are you doing? I hope that bump on your head healed up, man. Mike Porter, my favorite Porter. What is up, my brother? How are you doing? Yova Rodz, my man. Captain America is the dude with the cape, right? He's one of them. Yeah. Oh, message retracted. What? Goes off free. Yeah. Sometimes, like, man, like I start going crazy when it comes to this stuff. I love it. Yeah, he does. He does free flow. It does. It gets my little brain going. Ray Hall, thank you so much for being here. Look at all these Myrtle maniacs. Yeah, man. Heck yeah. Like I said, if you guys didn't check out yesterday's comic book pull list, in there at the very beginning, I showed you kind of what some of the memberships are going towards. So, yeah, check it out. Do you think we're getting Thunderbolts soon? Absolutely. I think that's what's going on in Captain America, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, I mean. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think that's going to lead to that, for sure. If not, some version of it in there. Yeah, and that could be very well what it is. Oh, wait, now, hold on. Okay, Reed Richards, bro, no Fantastic Four. Yeah, and you know what? In Feige, I trust to make a good Fantastic Four. I really do. And Nikki, thank you so much for being here. I see you in there. Mexican Iron Man says, I would prefer Fassbender as Doom. Equals, yeah, I loved him as Magneto. Yeah, and seeing that's the thing. Like to me, like it's all good. If they get Fassbender as Doom, I'm not gonna be pissed. The dude's gonna nail it. But if they're gonna do that, my feeling is you might as well just bring him in as Magneto. Seriously, you might as well just bring him in, do the Magneto thing with him. You might as well. Nobody's gonna be pissed about it. But that's if you're gonna cast him as Doom. But me, I would rather see him play something else. I mean, why can't he play a good guy? Why can't he play a good guy? You know, good guys have evil sides to them too. Sometimes, you know, they show it. Plus, like, I'd just like to see him be, you know, and plus, I would just love to see Krasinski stretch that a little bit. You know, I mean, imagine some of the things that he did in The Office. It's a perfect Doom. It's a perfect Doom. Perfect Doom. LB says Leslie Jones is Dr. Doom. You know what? I actually had that idea. I actually put that one out there on the I think on the Den of Nerds live stream yesterday. Might have been the day before. Yeah, absolutely. I am totally down for Leslie Jones, Dr. Doom. I think she could nail that. She'd be perfect. Perfect. Yeah. The dude from The Office. Yeah, Krasinski. Absolutely. Definitely want all the toys, the characters, and all of the Hollywood in the MCU. Yeah. At this point, they're gonna be. They're gonna have no choice. They're gonna have no choice, Mike. I think Marvel will go with the lesser of known actors. Yeah, and I think they should. But the thing is with the multiverse. And that's the kind of the sloppy thing, is like you don't want to use it that much, but like with the multiverse, you could actually use different actors to be whoever you want them to be. They can be a main character in the MCU, and then they can be in another movie somewhere else and be somebody completely different, not even the same character. Just because multiverse, right? Which is a cool idea. It's a cool idea, you know. But you know, I trust in Kevin Feige to do that. I'm not sure that it works out so great in the comics. It doesn't. Yeah. Nick Spencer is the Captain HYDRA days was good stuff. I love the Captain Falcon book especially. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I need to go back. I still need to go back and watch, or I still need to go back and read. Was it the Ed Brubaker run of Captain America? Was it Ed Brubaker that did that? The run right before is that Castaway to Dimension Z. It was that one. I think that's when he lost his super soldier serum and he handed the shield over. I still haven't read that series. Yeah, see, just as we'll get Fox Quicksilver. Do you think we will? You know, I don't want to say yes or no. Yes or no. I think it's very possible. Will it happen? You know, the sloppy thing is because it brings all that into canon, but they own all that stuff anyway. So, you know, it's all at their disposal. So why not? Here's the thing. As much as people may not like the Fox MCU or any of that stuff, as much as you might criticize and believe me, as terrible as it got, the thing is they now own it. If you bring in those characters, some of those crossover characters from those worlds, it's going to make people want to go back and watch those movies, right? Now, if they got Disney Plus, they don't have to buy them. They can just watch it on there. But those who don't will go, you know, maybe just go watch them. Go buy them on Amazon or on streaming or physical media. Support it still. Yeah, you know, it's hard to say, though. I think Evan was playing Speed and not Quicksilver. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's really hard to say. I hate to say it. It is not a tumor. Oh, Dixie, that's funny, man. Oh, you cracked me up, Dixie. Oh, funny. Oh man, Mexican Maniac. Yeah, Hell yeah. Park Outdoor says, I never thought about life before seeing Soul. Oh, Park Outdoors. Oh, you son, you. That's funny, dude. I feel the same. Like seriously, like Soul was a pretty good movie. I like it. It's a good movie. Like it was a. By no means is it terrible. It was a great movie. Seeing some people bitching about it, but it's a terrible version of representation. It's representation done wrong. But I thought it was a good movie. But like, it's not the first movie I ever seen. It's like, oh my god, my life. Oh my god, like I thought about my life. Mountain Head. Oh, what I miss? Mountain Head looks sick, dude. It's great. It's great. Yeah, it came out a couple of weeks ago on trade. But apparently I didn't order it or anything, so it took a little while to get here. DiCaprio is Doom, please. I have spoken. DiCaprio is Doom would be pretty good. It'd be pretty good. Dan Stevens at Doom and Tenant Magneto. I like Tenant. I thought he was great in Jessica Jones, man. He was freaking great in Jessica Jones. Like that was like, but Jessica Jones was like, of all that Netflix Marvel garbage, that was the one that I really did like. Michael Fassbender is a wizard. Why not? Why not? My lawnmower needs a new Magneto. Did I hear Halle Berry Doom? We can do it. We can do it. I knew you was one of the mods for nerds. Yeah. Yep. Yep. In there, nerd benching. Air Spider, my fellow masshole. What's up? Oh, you're up there and alright. Nice, nice. Air Spider, how are you doing today? Do you see my my Hulk Spidey loopholes? No, I didn't. I didn't there, XR. What Spidey loopholes? Nikki says Krasinski is so goofy looking to me. Hard to see him in the MCU. I know what you mean, Nikki, but imagine like he was originally going for Captain America anyway. I could honestly see it. I could honestly see him doing any of those. Like, imagine him getting on the Marvel diet. And I know he's not like a little just skinny, scrawny dude. He kind of cute, you know. But imagine him on that Marvel diet, getting all buff. I mean, just like Kumail Nanjiani. I'd be just like that. He kind of all right. Let's see it. Let's see it. I'm all about it. But and the thing is, like, Krasinski is a talent. He's a good actor. I think he's a really good actor. And I think you see a lot of that in The Office. If you go, I know, and here's the thing is, I know a lot of people look at that stuff like, it's just a stupid sitcom and all this stuff. The thing is, like, when it comes to doing comedy is freaking hard to do. You know, and that's the thing is, I absolutely hate people talking about comedy like it's something easy. People are like, oh well, this person mostly does comedy, you know, this and that. Like, can they do something good and serious? Like, bro, do you realize most of the best dramatic actors that we have out there started off doing comedic roles, started off doing comedy and stuff like that. Comedy is way harder than drama. Way harder than drama. But I will say, if you can do comedy great, you can do drama great. I will say also, if you can do drama great, you could do comedy great. Some people have done the back and forth. But really, because the thing is like, if you look at it, it's because it's both ends of the spectrum. Making somebody laugh, making somebody, like, because that's an emotion, that's a strong emotion. Make somebody laugh, right? Like, you know, it's an emotional reaction. Just like good dramatic roles that, you know, just like really intense dramatic roles. It's the same thing, because you're having to emote on camera and get a feeling out of people, and it's more than just emoting on the face. It's a lot of times it's the voice as well. How you can, you know, just there's a lot that really goes into it, you know. And to be a great dramatic actor, I do think the skills are transferable because of what you're trying to do, which it's really all about emoting and conveying emotion on camera. So seriously, like, any time that I hear somebody talking about it, and it fucking triggers me every single time. Anytime I hear somebody say like, oh, like they mostly do comedy, can they do the serious drama stuff? Can they do it? Like, bro. I hate to burst your bubble, but comedy is harder. If comedy was not harder, more people would be doing it and more people would be great at it. And let's face it, there's not. There's not. There's not a lot of people that are good at it. There's definitely not a lot of people that are great at it. And I will say it's a little bit different with drama, though. I will say it's a little bit different with drama because there are a lot of people that are good at it. There's not a lot of people who are great at it. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. And we'll get. And I wanted to get into a little bit more MCU stuff here in a while. Some more MCU love, if you will, here in just a minute. I'm late, but I made it. Thank you so much for being here, Santa. Let's see. Kids are in school. Yeah, homeschooling the kids. Yeah, I hear you, man. What about that dude that played Bones in the new Star Trek movies, Carl Urban? I like Carl Urban. He would be like Carl Urban doing anything would be great. And I know there's some people out there probably gonna be like, oh, he was Scourge the Executioner already. I'm okay to see him come back as Scourge, join the Masters of Evil, but Carl Urban, yeah, absolutely. Bring him back. If Gemma Chan can do a couple of roles, why not? If Souza and can come playing Agent Carter and playing Avengers as well, just do it. Just do it. It's okay. You can't let a good actor go just because. I mean, supposedly you're gonna bring Vin Diesel back as more than just. He's gonna be more than just a voice. Supposedly, remember those rumors going around, and he's not a great actor. You know, he's not a great actor. He's okay. I'm up every day, brother. 7 a.m. Yeah, I hear you, man. Landon TLB, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm up early too, and that's the thing. Like, guys, if you don't see me going live at 6 o'clock, I'm not doing the 6 o'clock show. It's probably because I'm working out. If you don't see a stream, it's because I didn't get my workout done, or I'm not working out. One of the two. I mean, well, not necessarily. Like, if it's a rest day, it's a rest day. But if you see me going later, like here at 8 or whatever, it's because I had to get my workout in. Hey, you got to do something to keep yourself motivated to get to hit your goals. So, yeah. It's like when I did an MCU rewatch before WandaVision, I had to go and buy the Tom Spider-Man movies. I didn't mind that I already had Hulk 2008 on DVD. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I own all of them. I own all of them anyway. And most of them come with the digital copies, but yeah, absolutely no reason not to own them, man. Yeah. Didn't finish the movie. What movie? Didn't finish which one? Oh, Soul? Yeah. Soul was weird. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. How can I contact you about the live panel on High Republic? There are some things. Oh, talking to Sam. Oh, okay, yeah. Shoot him an email, man. Get on there. Peter Capaldi Magneto, though. Who's Peter Capaldi? What are you playing? Trinity Soul is WandaVision. Yeah. I'm telling, dude, I love it. I love it. Mutant Spiral might be in Shang-Chi. Has connections to Mojo. What Mutant Spiral? What are you talking about, XR-kun? That Mutant Spiral might be in Shang-Chi as what Mutant Spiral? Loophole combo. Oh, okay. All right. Gotta go. All right, XR. Bro, that Tom Clancy show on Amazon. Yeah. I was gonna say, because I know he's on that. I haven't ever watched it, but I've heard he's really good in it. Yeah, and he's not like some like skinny, scrawny dude, and he looks like he's pretty. I mean, well, I wouldn't say he's yoked up, but yeah. I Am True Skills. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Go check out I Am True Skills channel. He does videos talking about comic books and the MCU and stuff as well. Small guy, go check him out. Nikki says, I trust Feige, but it's his goofy face. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be great. A Quiet Place is really good. So yeah. I'm not. Believe me, Nikki. I totally know what you're saying. I totally know what you're saying. And can I be honest about something? When it comes to that, like with this funny face, like I'll be honest with you. Like I like odd features. Oh man, why all of a sudden did I forget her name? Dang, she plays Scott Lang's wife in the MCU. Dang it. Why all of a sudden I forget her name? I forget her name every single time. She was in 13 going on 30, and oh man, I can't remember her name. Dude, she's great. Love her. And she's got how would you say, non-traditional beauty. Just great. Like even like man, remember in Which one was it? The girl from... Oh, you know what? How about this one? Kristen Shaw. Dude, I love her. She's... I don't know. I find her very attractive, and she's just got an odd look. She got, you know, she's got non-traditional beauty. Love it. It's great. Great. Wanda creating her own features to... her own Avengers to defeat Mephisto. See, and here's the thing, though. Like, why is everybody talking about Mephisto, man? Why everybody talking about Mephisto? Have we even got any signs that Mephisto's here? That's what I wanted to say, you know, or like even in my video I did, people were talking about, oh, like this show reminds me of the Truman Show and Pleasantville. But my theories are Mephisto. It's all Mephisto. Like, it could be. I mean, he's taking advantage of a situation, certainly, but maybe he's taking advantage of Pleasant Hill. That's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, if there is that Mephisto in there, that's why I said I put, you know, the devil with the remote in there. Anyway, that's from Stay Tuned. But yeah. Who knows about that? Chris Pratt can't do drama. Yeah, he's not very good at it. Harpoon Marks was always the best. He never said a word and was hilarious. Harpoon. We seen it in Guardians too. Yeah. Don't get me started on Guardians. Don't get me started on Guardians. Don't get me started on those. There are a lot of great funny people. They just can't translate it to the screen. That's where you find out how tough it is to be funny on film versus the stage. I think there's a little bit of back and forth there because stand-up comedy is a lot different. Stand-up comedy is a lot different than comedy on air, on a TV show or in a movie. Totally different stuff. And it's because the comedic that realm it's completely different. It's a completely different realm and a different, like, everybody's mindset is in a different place there. One of the things, like, I can't remember, there was somebody, I was talking about a comic book in one of my reviews, or no, I think it was on Twitter. I was talking about the comic book, man, it's on Aftershock. Man, why all of a sudden I forget the name of it? Kill them, man. Knock 'em Dead. It's called Knock 'em Dead, and it's about a guy who wants to be a stand-up comedian. And somebody was like, is it funny? And I'm like, I get why you would ask that, because it's a comic book about a guy wanting to be a stand-up comedian, but there's nothing funny about it. It's not meant to be funny. It's about a guy who wants to be a comedian. But I think they're very different things. Being like a stand-up is very different from being on camera and being like a comedic actor. And that's not to say that people who are stand-ups don't do the same thing. A lot of them do. But it's very different. And that's where you see, like, all the troops out there, like the Upright Citizen Brigade, like Second City, like National Lampoons and all of them things, is a lot of them are stand-ups as well, but a lot of them are doing improv and all that stuff to hone their skills and get better at things like that, improvisation and things like that. There's a lot that really goes into that, but of course, naturally, not everybody's going to be good at it. I do agree with that for sure, though. Yeah, for sure, not everybody that's funny on stage is going to be funny on screen. What character is Krasinski on streaming? He's known to play action character. Don't forget the Quiet Place. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's bring RDJ back so he can play Dr. Doom. Why not? Krasinski is Norman Osborn. Krasinski could do Norman also. Yeah, I think he could do Norman. Yeah, Jack Ryan show. That's the name of it, Jack Ryan. Yeah. There's a few people from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show that are in WandaVision. What people? Hell, I remember before Inhumans came out, originally, Vin Diesel was supposed to be Black Bolt. Or was that a rumor? You know, I'm not for sure about that. That might be a good spot for him, though, honestly. That might, you know, you don't have to talk. If I don't work out, I feel like I'm being lazy. I'm going to do mine right now. I have time, so why not? Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Let's see. Eternals pretty much took the Inhumans movie role in the MCU. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. Evangeline Lilly. Evangeline Lilly? Oh, yeah, I like Evangeline Lilly. Evangeline Lilly's great. No. The one that plays Ant-Man's, wife, or his ex-wife in the movie. His ex-wife. Why can't I remember her name? But not Evangeline Lilly. The one that played his ex-wife. She was in 13 going on 30. Hell, Evangeline Lilly might have been in 13 going on 32. But she was the best friend in 13 going on 30, and she was Scott Lang's wife in the MCU. Yeah. Jack Black and John Galifianakis. I'd watch that. Jack Black. Yeah. Absolutely. Devil's in the details, babe. Oh, Guardians is Trinity's favorite. Yeah, don't get me started. Yeah, Guardians are also my least favorite of the Marvel movies. Yeah, absolutely. There's some midgets that stand-up comedy is hilarious, and not just because he's a midget, right? Right, Dixie, right. I'm still hoping Wanda is the villain. I don't think they're going to do that to Wanda. But it wouldn't be unlikely that they would do that. It wouldn't be unlikely. I mean, it happened in the comics, right? Yeah. But I think the thing is, like, it's not really her being a villain because she's being manipulated. She's been manipulated. Just like Bucky Barnes. It's the same thing. Which is actually one of my favorite lines from Captain America. It's for all the MCU, as a matter of fact. In Captain America Winter Soldier, right after they leave the airport there in Germany, when Cap and Bucky, are sitting there flying on the Quinjet, heading to Siberia. And Steve is sitting there, he's like, you know, Buck, all those people you killed, it wasn't your fault because HYDRA was controlling him. And I love it. I'm telling you, it gets goosebumps every time. He goes, yeah, I know, but I did it. I'm like, every time, dude. Every time. Because that's freaking great. He knows that he was under control. He said he remembers all of this stuff. All the stuff that he had to do. He remembers all of those things. And he's still willing to take responsibility for all of those things. That's fucking great. That's great shit. That's just great stuff. Fuck. You know what I mean? Especially these days, because in this day and age, nobody wants to take responsibility for shit. Especially their own shit. Nobody wants to own up to, like, oh, like, maybe it was my fault. Nobody ever wants to look at themselves like that and take a look in that mirror and say, you know what? Maybe something actually is my fault. No, it's always got to be somebody else's damn fault. It's not my fault. It's somebody else's. Far too many people are this way these days. So when I see that in Captain America Winter Soldier, every single time, man, fucking love it. It's great. It's good stuff. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is I want to give a huge shout out, as a matter of fact, to my man Mike Porter. Mike Porter is in the house. I want to give a little bit of shout out to him because you know what? This next piece I want to talk about is just for you, Mike Porter, because I know that my man Mike Porter out there absolutely loves the MCU. The MCU, to my man Mike Porter, is life. And you know what? That's okay. Over the past few days, just kind of, been going through, and I was going through, grabbing some of those different movie clips and everything. I kind of got a little bit excited, and I was ready to make another Stark Sham video, and I still am. There's another one coming. That Tony Stark. But as I was sitting there going through watching all these movies, me and my kids, we've been watching them around the house. Been watching like Iron Man 3, watched Iron Man 2 recently, watched Captain America, Civil War, watching some Ant-Man, going through watching some Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, just all these different things. And you know what? I freaking love the MCU. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I fucking love the MCU. Even some of the bad stuff, some of the stuff out there that's not the best, I do. That's Guardians of the Galaxy though. But I was sitting there last night. We were sitting there watching Endgame, and believe me, here over the past couple of weeks, I've watched this damn movie. I don't even know how many times, just because my son's had it on, and I was going through there getting some clips and shit like that as well. And I'm sitting there watching it, and it's that last scene, man. It's that last scene. The fight there against Thanos. I sat there every single time, and when it gets to just those scenes and how great it is, I remember that feeling in the theater, how it felt to be sitting there. Like it was like, I'm telling you, it was like it was a big thing at the theater. You could feel the electricity in the air. It was absolutely freaking great. And I watch this movie every single time, and I get that feeling right there at the end. When you're in that final battle, the whole time, it's just great stuff. All the great things. And I know, it's all fan service. They did all these things, and all them whamming coming together at the last minute. I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, I don't give a shit how you feel about it. That's okay. You cannot like it. You can love it. I don't care what your thoughts are on it, because you're free to have your own opinions on it. Okay? That's why I don't care, because you're free to have your own opinions on it. And you don't have to agree with mine. But I'm sitting there watching this whole shit. And I'm fucking emotional, man. Like, by the end of it, tears are coming out my eyes. I'm like, fuck, this gets me every goddamn time. Gets me every time. And it's not because the road here was the best and everything was the best. But watching this movie, watching these things, especially when you get into Infinity War and into Endgame, this culmination of all these last 10 years of all these movies that have built up over that time. No matter how much I'm going to sit here and talk about Tony Stark and how much of a sham he is, I still get choked up and emotional there at the end. Mr. Stark! We won, Mr. Stark! We won! And then Pepper comes in and... damn. Gets me every single time. But that's what I look at, I look at going back through the history of all of these movies, getting into every single one of these movies, even the ones that weren't the best of the films. They've got a lot of good, talented people in there, able to do just enough to make you connect with the characters, to make you like these characters. Maybe you don't like them. To just bring it all together in this one movie, and just looking at all the talent. Looking at all the talent in there. Like I said, even if you don't like Brie Larson and Captain Marvel, even if you don't like all that, dude, I'm sitting there even watching the movie just because the way it's actually built up within this world of the MCU. I sit there like, Captain Marvel comes in to save the day. I'm not big on this character, but even I'm sitting there like, fuck yeah! And I'm even sitting there when Thanos grabs that Power Stone and knocks her the fuck out and says, I'm like, fuck yeah! But I'm sitting there cheering on everybody. That's the thing. Because I'm sitting there cheering on Thanos. I'm like, yeah! Yeah! Give me some more Corvus Glaive! Give me some more of the Black Order! Give me some more Thanos! I want to see him going at it. And just going back and thinking about all these movies that come out, it's because collectively, throughout the MCU, Kevin Feige has constantly put together teams and people to pull all of these things off. And they're not all direct adaptations of the comic books. Sometimes I really, really do wish they were. I really do wish they were. But collectively, they've put together a team of a bunch of great, not even great directors, good directors, just decent directors. Good, decent to high caliber actors here into the MCU. Directors, people behind the cameras, they've perfected this thing. Now the formula's changing a little bit. I know everybody sits there and talks about how formulaic and everything it is. Yeah, sure, it might be formulaic, but you know what? You come up with the damn formula. See if you can come up with something different that works. Everybody thinks there's some sort of goddamn master of fucking storytelling every time they sit down to fucking hate on a movie. Right? Everybody's talented when there's something that you don't like. You know better. Even when there's something that's great, that really hasn't done anything terrible, somebody's got to fucking hate on it and do something better. But I don't see anybody else coming out doing anything better. I don't see anybody else coming out and building any cinematic universes or world building any better. And does that mean that every movie or every film franchise has to be a franchise and has to have sequels and be world building and all that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I would prefer not to have that in most films. I'd prefer not to have it. But if you go back and look at the MCU, they've also got a lot of standalone films. Some of them cross over. Avengers, crossover. Captain America Civil War, okay. But a lot of them just have a collection of people doing something individually, and then they put Easter eggs in there that gonna tie into this or tie into that. A lot of these films are standalone films, but a lot of them are done in these trilogies as well. Yeah. It's formulaic, sure. Come up with a better formula. If it's better, hell, I'm in. Let's watch it. Let's do it. But don't ever sit there for 1 second just because you don't like something. Sit there and tell me like you're going to fucking do something better. Because you haven't done it. But if you do, hey, congratulations. I hope you do. I have no problem wishing you luck on your dreams. If you want to be a screenwriter and get into these films and do something like that, fucking do it. I'm all about that. Let's see it. Most people just want to bitch about stuff that they had nothing to do with, though. That's ultimately what all this stuff is. And the MCU has come out and done something obviously unfucking precedented. And like I said, they just continue to impress. And there's no way to... you can argue around or whatever. There's a lot of things, but they've done something impressive. Nobody has done anything really bigger. Have they? Well, I'm sure some people feel it's probably headed towards that mountain as well, like that other franchise out there, that other big one that them other people do, right? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess I don't really have much else to say. But anyway, let's get back into live chats here and see what everybody's saying. Rayo, devil's in the details, Bev. It's just funny. Yeah, it's just funny. Oh man. Oh no, you're talking about, yeah, she's cute. Yeah, absolutely. Mando with the bando. I hope we get Age of Ultron Quicksilver instead of Fox X-Men Quicksilver. Yeah, I would like that too. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah, she's the mom from Jurassic World, I think. Was she in Jurassic World too? I agree, both stage and screen are different. Hollywood just doesn't always... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they don't get it. Yeah. Because even, like, movies that are about stand-up comedy, like, the stand-up comedy isn't really the focus of it neither, you know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but I think Seinfeld is one of those dudes who can do it. He can do the whole the stand up thing, and he can do the acting thing. The only thing is like he's not like the greatest like dramatic actor. He can just do decent comedy stuff on screen. So he's not one of those people that's like a good example of the greatest, but he can do it. He can do it. But I also don't think that he was ever looking to. I don't think he was ever looking to go. I don't think he was looking to go full Tom Hanks. Oh man. Well, I mean, she was doing this to herself, no manipulation, like she wants to live the lie. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, Ray Hall. Yeah. I love the Captain America MCU movies. So celebs took responsibility. That celebs took responsibility in that black and white video. Right. Oh man. You know, and speaking of which, you know, I put there in the thumbnail. You know, everybody's talking about HYDRA cap. Ooh, they're gonna do HYDRA cap. I think they're gonna do it. I was, you know, and I've thought this for a while, especially when we get into Endgame, when they actually did it. They did that homage to HYDRA cap, and he's like, oh, hail HYDRA. And then later he's sitting there fighting himself. He touches himself with that scepter. That scepter was used to turn people to the dark side, to HYDRA. That's what Loki did with that staff through that movie, right? Captain America used that staff and hit himself with it. Maybe he knew how to use the scepter and everything, and maybe he just used it to knock him out. But that Mind Stone has a mind of its own, does it not? There's better. I'm going to New Hampshire in September for some video shoots, possibly some other folks from the YouTubes. Oh, yeah. Right on. Oh, man. No, you're good. You're good, Reefer. I thought the MCU meant Midwest Connecticut University. Connecticut don't have no Midwest nothing. What you talk about, man? You done hit your head again, huh? Endgame was the best day of Mike's life. oh, that's funny, Park. That's funny. Oh man, Mike Porter the GOAT. Yeah. I've been watching the Pirates trilogy and now I'm talking like a pirate. Arr, yeah, arr, Park Outdoors. I hear ya. You know what? I love Jeffrey Rush in them damn movies. Jeffrey Rush is the freaking man, dude. He's the man, dude. You love the bad stuff. Ant-Man 2 is a good movie. It's no Ant-Man 1. It's no Ant-Man 1, but Mando with the Mando says Guardians of the Galaxy are awesome. Yeah. Everybody's entitled to their own bad opinions. It's okay. No, I'm not big on the Guardians. Anybody here knows that, huh, guys? You guys know how much I love the Guardians. Talking about Guardians of the Galaxy is almost like getting me to talk about when somebody comes in here and says, hey, Trinity, what's your favorite Marvel comic book? We know it's going to set off a half-hour discussion. Bro, cry for everything. Yeah, Tony drinks, he cry. Oh, the Ant-Mans and the Guardians are great films. Ant-Man's, yes. Guardians, Spider-Boy? Yeah. But probably laughed at bullying. But probably laughed at the bullying of Dumb E. Well, he's literally Dumb E. He's a robot. Oh, so there's a shout out to Marvel. Yeah, I guess so. Yep. Shouts out to you, Victoria Alonso. Even though you don't know why they're calling the X-Men. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Winter Soldier and the first Iron Man are my top two by a lot. Yeah. NCU, North Carolina University. Yeah, it could be North Carolina University. Yeah, right. Go Tar Heels. Infinity War, my top Marvel. Yeah, I think in like seriously, like Infinity War is tough, but if Infinity War is kind of a masterclass in a lot of things, really. Like, it's freaking great. Sleeping Collectibles, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Mike Porter says Endgame, the only movie I can name the main 3 acts: Aftermath, Time Heist, and Portals. The prologue and epilogue is great too. Yeah. Time Heist. Bro, writing movies ain't easy, all as these dweebs think. Yeah. Loving the posters in the back. Thank you, Sleeping Collectibles. Yeah. Bunch of great ones back there. You know, I'm covering up one of them. I know it. Everybody always asks about that one right there. Everybody loves that one. Everybody loves that one. Yeah, let's see if we can. Everybody loves that one. Yeah. 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 Everybody always loves that one. Everybody always asks, Trinity, what's that poster from? It's from Iron Sights, Two Psychos. Yeah. Yeah, heck, even Universal tried with that Monsters universe. Yeah, they're trying, man. They're trying with that Monsters universe. I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. Yeah. Yeah, Universal Dark Universe is back up, though. Is it? Is it the one with the mummy and stuff? Like, whew, shoo, wow. Yeah. Yeah, after the Invisible Man success. Okay, all right, hey, let's do it. I thought the Invisible Man was decent. I'm okay with that. I'd love to see Real Wolfman reboot. Real Wolfman, huh, right? Oh, man. Some of those Easter eggs from the Infinity Saga haven't even hatched yet. Oh, yeah, absolutely they haven't. Absolutely they haven't. They're still bearing fruit in my mind. Yeah, Marvel Easter eggs live rent-free in my head. But distributed by Universal. Okay, yeah. Nope, no one had done anything bigger, yeah. The Invisible Man is a nudist. I know, he is. It's terrible. Most of Invisible Man's success was largely due to a Blumhouse. Yeah, I thought it was a decent movie. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Yeah, I mean, it didn't translate to that Craft remake too good, though, did it? The Craft Legacy? Ooh. Ooh. Well, though, it wasn't complete shit, but it just wasn't that great. Oh, the two-part in Power Rangers in Space? What? Everybody knows that the most ambitious crossover was the Power Rangers teamed up with the Ninja Turtles. Oh, yeah. Easter eggs were found. Guardians of the Galaxy new Easter eggs were found just this year. Like, oh, what are you talking about? Like the writing and all that stuff? Like the glyphs they use? Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, need more of it. Absolutely. Got the complete series of that Ninja Turtle series. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the comic, I'm pretty sure. The Goat and Donkey comment. Oh, okay, yeah. Got the complete series of that on DVD, plus PR Spade Part 2. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about, yeah. The comic book? I don't care what no one say. Captain Marvel was awesome, and I can't wait for Captain Marvel 2 with Captain Marvel and Monica to go Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, they're gonna do something like that. They're gonna like I said, like to me, like Captain Marvel, like look, they did a lot of things wrong with that. I'm telling you, look. Let me see if I can find one I want to. Can I find something like okay, look. Let's see if I can find something I want to do this with, like they when they were doing the Captain Marvel movie, like they were sitting there, like they took one of the books and they're like, oh, they took a couple trade paperbacks. You know what? They took a couple of those True Believers, those dollar comic books that Marvel put out. They took a couple of those and it was like, oh, let's make a movie. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad as far as the comic book character, especially for an origin. It was horrendous. Let alone for the origin of the character they were just trying to do anyway. Like even that the iteration that they were trying to do, it's horrendous. It was pretty bad. But the movie itself, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the worst movie in the MCU, but it's certainly nowhere close to the best. But that, yeah, it was, but it's not terrible. Like I won't say I hate it. I watched it a lot of times. And no, I'm not like somebody that's like, Brie Larson, feel how you want about Brie Larson. I don't care. That's on you. You can hate her if you want. It's all good. You're believe me when I say you're entitled to. Believe me, she said some. The thing is, like, anyway, we're not getting into it. Not today, Satan. Hail Hydra. Anyway, guys, I got to get ready to go here in just a minute. Let's get into the last of these comments here. But yeah, no, Captain Marvel 2, it wasn't the worst. Or Captain Marvel, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst. I see a StarCraft poster. No StarCraft. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. The one on the right looks like StarCraft. The one on the right. Am I right? This over here? I've got, well, I was going to say, I know I've got Arrow, got Swordmaster, that's Black Cat, Spider-Man, Black Widow, but like over here, that's Ziltoy, that's Devin Townsend band. Oh, and there we've got, right there we've got, what do they call him? Boris and, some Boris art. Boris and Julie Bell. I'm here for the Power Rangers, says Lord Veedo. That's funny. Oh, yay, talking about Captain Marvel game. Yeah. But guys, where's my Solo Goose movie? Oh, man. Right? That cat. Yeah, that cat. I thought HYDRA Cap would be in, World War II versus Wolverine, or there's a second Falcon and Winter Soldier Season 2 confirmed. I don't know. As far as I know, Falcon Winter Soldier isn't going to do a Season 2, but it's hard to say at this point. The Bunny in WandaVision would have been Goose instead. Oh, man, yeah. Marvel usually puts out reprint True Believers right before the movies they are referenced in. Absolutely. Yeah. Boris is the best. Yeah, Boris is freaking great. Boris is great. Grew up loving Boris. Yeah. Absolutely. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Again, I like HYDRA Cap. Dude, I'm telling you, this storyline got me back into the comic books. MCU. Good stuff. Love it, man. Like I said, there's like it's not perfect. It's perfect by no means. What is perfect? It's good. It's great. It's got a lot of great stuff, a lot of good things to like about it. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. You all have a good day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Later.